Everybody's dying around you. The sun is not shining. We're having volcanic eruptions around on the other side of the planet. And people over here do not know the Krakatoa and the Snackatoa. And we're going to have a short winter season. You know, for tens of years, everything dies. Well, lots of stuff. And that's the way the world has always worked. But that history is hidden from you. So how could you understand anything about why? This is a time of year. We give the obeisance and obeisance to the death and life of the sun. Yep. Cause cabbage back here. I'm talking into the lighter. Cause once you got unlit a spot, well, sucker, you're not in the dark no more. Tradition. Fertility. See, we do not have these issues today. No one thinks about it. It's not on our mind. Because we've had multiple generations of billions of people not dying. Fertility is not on our mind. In fact, we have been told we need to get rid of the little suckers. We need to get rid of the old people. We have too many of you CO2 emitting creatures. So, for fertility has not been important. But in the past, Coach Caffey can tell you, whether you want to believe the gradualist evolutionary situation, or you want to believe it is in the catastrophist. Well, however they mixes up, Coach Caffey believes things sort of get mixed up, and that's what we call cycles. Thing is, we're not the generations that lived through this here stuff. We're not the tens of hundreds of generations that lived through the harshness of what this here planet and what reality itself dishes out. Coach Caffey just started to study the physics and the engineering and stuff, because I want to understand how in the hell everything worked. Why does this happen now? I was a freak child, because everything was a question about a question of a question, and hell, I'd get out there and look for the answers. And what I have found, for the most part, the way tradition arises is out of necessity. It's out of something so large. And when a whole world does something with respect to some cyclic behavior, well, I'm assuming something way back there must have happened to push us to tradition. And Coach Caffey is not going to do like most of these here creators do. They come in here, give you this here, that. Hell, you know, when I went to university, I understood. I was there to learn. And most of my learning was the la professeur would say stuff in there in the class. And hell, I'd go dig it out for myself. And that's where true learning comes in. Opinion, opinion, opinion. I'll say it 3 times because it's like clicking your heels to get you back to whatever comfortable situation. Where you come from. That's what opinion is. That's why Coach Caffey likes to look at the reality and the deeper things of the human being. Because I want everybody to be a snacking being. Anyway, it's fun to be human. We can do all kind of stuff. Thing is, we need to understand something about our surroundings, our history, and the mystery of what the hell we are. And that's what Coach Caffey say. Tradition is good. Conditioning. We'll call it conditioning, because tradition is conditioning. That's where I was going. That's a smart morning snap that I just did. Of some kind. Anyway, we built tradition on something that was necessary. Of the nation of the tradition. Like sun worship. Or worship of any kind. You can assure yourself that kind of stuff came out of life and death situations. They persisted. It was so bad. I'm sorry, people. It hurts. I'm sorry. I look like a freak. It was so bad that everybody thought everybody's going to die. I mean, it's probably worse than the movies that we see about the cavemen being in troubles. And this is the circumstances I was in. So somehow, they did not know. They knew that the sun was giving light. They knew that without the sun, and we had many situations, apparently, where the sun did some stupid, crazy stuff. This is cyclic behavior. In fact, this here year, we've had quite a few very interesting situations that happen. And Coach Kevin is, my focus is back in the day was plasma physics. That's where my love. I don't want to talk about it. Yeah. So that bright ball of gas, to an extent, as far as we're concerned, is God. It is a God. What it does actually has everything to do with what happens here with the planet, the way the planet does its stuff, and the way things happen. That's a ball of plasmatic dynamic. Lord, it's just so many terms. The hydrodynamics of the non-fluids, of the things that are fluid and compressible but not compressible, and gravitationally, and that's why Coach Kevin's loving that stuff. But I love the human being even more. But without the sun, you don't have the human being. So to understand reality, you sort of have to understand our surroundings. And that's what Coach Kevin's had to say. The sun, fertility. Human beings gone through situations where there's only a few left. I've seen the studies on the population after the younger dries, or whatever the hell happened, whatever you want to call it. Shit happens on this here planet. And that's one reason that we never really get beyond certain reasons, is because, well, hell, you get whacked every 13, 26, whatever, 40, whatever, 42, how many, when you whack humanity, it's hard to return, especially the situation we got now. I think we better be doing a whole lot about fertilities and stuff, because we don't enter into something that's beyond the sun, and we should be seeking the SON. But that's okay. Tradition. How do we build? Why do we build 620? Tradition. Through necessity. Through what we perceive as necessity. Through what we're told is necessity. Everybody's dying around you. The sun is not shining. We're having volcanic eruptions around on the other side of the planet. And people over here do not know the Krakatoa and the Snackatoa. And we're going to have a short winter season. For tens of years, everything dies. Well, lots of stuff. And that's the way the world has always worked. But that history is hidden from you. So how could you understand anything about why? This is a time of year. We give the obeisance and obeisance to the death and life of the sun. Because, sucker, well, the sun goes away from some volcanic eruption, or whether we pass through some weird cloud of cosmic situations, or whatever, the sun just does it because of its own dynamic necessities. I mean, it is, I think, how many poles that sucker have? Oh, wrapping it up in there. And then these dynamics, the mathematics just break down. And the human being is expected to understand something when they're never taught. Causality. Well, Coach Capish didn't teach you causality. When something tries to kill you over and over and over, you have memories in your population that goes down through the history. If you survived, sucker, that meant that there's something in your background that you was in just the right place. Oh, you had some extraordinarily intelligent people, or whatever happened did just not happen everywhere. But because it did not. Oh, goodness, excuse me. Anyway, causality is very interesting. That's, you start getting into the Einstein mind. You'll start getting, digging down into the plank, the board, the basement. Well, it's really not, and that's just the thing. It's really not. Quantum reality. Yeah, is that a duality? Well, Coach Cappy is not sure about any of that. But I just hope there's a y'all. Something can, just looking to save us human beings this here time. Because, we done been dumbed down, made stupid, and do foolish things. And it's my concern that our own traditions. I didn't say it. You Bible people, your own God said it. Your traditions will make my job in dealing with you almost impossible. Read the book, crook. 9/11. Ah. Anyway, people do things over generations for a reason. Go look for the reason. Like follow the money. You'll understand the season. We have many more of these things to discuss. Where's he go?